ferryman.
Oh,
Maybe it's real.
Finally, we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 19. I say finally because this episode, for some reason, I believe was delayed, at least for the U.S., on AMC Plus for some reason. I'm not sure if they said why. But yeah, so Episode 19 variant. The walkers are getting the Delta variant and the Omicron now, I guess. I don't know, I'm just being silly, but okay, so quick thoughts like usual before we get into the breakdown of the specifics. I think I'm going to give this one a set. I was going to say a 7, I'll say an 8, just because the character interactions in this one are really strong. I mean, they usually are, especially as we've said several times, under Angela Kang, but I can tell that they give a lot of thought about where these characters have been and, what they're going through at the time. In each and every scene that they do, so yeah, the character interactions are really strong. The part that worries me is this variant stuff. Don't get me wrong, it is a breath of life into the show, something exciting, and I am okay with that. If it is handled correctly, which it is very easy not to, I would say. I'm not sure if they're retconning the stuff season 1 with the walkers doing the door handles and picking up rocks and stuff. It would seem off of this like they're not, like it's kind of always been a thing, because you get the line where he says, we've all seen where they go back to places where they, knew, like Morgan's wife did in season 1. So the thing that I'm going to need answered for me, even if it's just a throwaway line, I need answered, why haven't we seen them like this since then? All these seasons, all this time, and we haven't encountered anything like this up until now. Why are we encountering it now? I thought that they were going to stick to it coming from France only and just retcon the stuff from season 1, which I would have been fine with, because again, that was because of a different production team. That wasn't actually something that they just wrote out of the story or wrote in. It was just a different vision of creators at the time with Frank Darabont. So I'm going to need them to explain why now. Like, have a plane. I was thinking they maybe do like a plane crash from France, a boat, washed up from France with the crazy raid zombies in there or whatever. And that's another thing too. We need clearly explain like what they can do. Can they all just knock guns out of hands and climb shit and things like that? Because in the World Beyond, we saw some of them where it seemed like that zombie from World Beyond's cutscene was fast and strong, and we don't really see that in this. It's more like a whisper type zombie. So a lot of questions as how they're going to handle this going forward. I do think that it will come up again and connect to France in some way, and that's why we have the spinoff of Daryl in France, right? So just gonna have to wait and see how they handle this more, but anyway, 8 out of 10. So let's get into it here. Starting off, I just found it funny. We get the Eugene flashbacks, because this is more of a Eugene oriented episode. Eugene is a racist. I'm just kidding, but it's funny. They all look the same, right? All us black folk look the same. I said, this white lady, isn't it? She's light skinned. Anyway, I'm just poking fun. So nice of Daryl to save Eugene in the crowd, and and then we get Pamela mourning her son, Sebastian Shithead. Now, the thing that I'm confused with here, and it feels a little bit repetitive, it feels like the governor at Woodbury all over again, with her letting him turn and then keeping him captive. I don't know why she did that. If she did that because she knew he was a shithead and maybe that's what he deserved. If she didn't want to let go of him, I don't know. I did enjoy some of her talks here and her being self-aware of the piece of shit that he was, and that they both kind of failed each other in different ways. Again, like I said, a lot of good character interaction and character moments throughout this whole thing. I give props to Jerry here. By the way, the actor who plays Jerry, he said what is this line? What's it say? Fettuccine something something a la Jerry.
Fettuccine con cannellini beans a la Jerry.
Yeah, that sounded like it was a hard fucking line to deliver, my friend, so good on him for that. Anyway, just poking fun again. Let's see, another good character interaction here. I like it with Mercer and Rosita. I like the way Mercer just tells her straight up. He's like, listen, I know you don't like me right now, or you don't respect me right now, but I still respect you. Something to that effect. And I like Rosita's handling of the situation too. Whenever she's like, yeah, so what? You just don't fucking know me anymore. You know, we're not coworkers anymore. What the fuck? You know, pretty much. Which is how most people would probably be too. You know. So yeah, I like the way that she handles this here as well. It's funny moments with we got Daryl in here whenever Rosita comes in, and he's ready at the door with that knife. I don't know if she knew that he was going to be ready with the knife, and that's why she he went ahead and gave it's me, you know, it's me, probably, because they know each other so well at this point. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Just how well they're a working machine, you know. The group has been for a long time now. I was a little bit kind of rolled my eyes at this part, although granted they did set it up well with Jerry getting his leg hurt, because they had said a couple times like, oh, the road is going to be tough, we're going to get stuck and things like that. And and then Jerry gets hurt. So yeah, we've seen, of course, countless characters in shows, and not just Walking Dead, like get the classic twisted my foot leg injury. Looks like he would have broke his whole fucking leg here, but yeah, okay. Kind of repetitive there. I like whenever we get to this place. Don't know if I can find it. It's tough to find everything exactly, but we get like a nice little Ash versus Evil Dead style transition here. They've done that a few times in The Walking Dead before, like reference Ash versus Evil Dead specifically for some reason. Yeah, here it is. Well, there it was. Like the kind of camera shot that goes through the forest and all that. Yeah, they had the Necronomicon from Ash vs. Evil Dead in Rick's last episode. Yeah, I like the interaction here between Aaron and Ezekiel. He's talking about setting up for the Kingdom 2.0. I'm definitely calling it right now. Jerry makes it to the end of the season, or to the end of the show, and he starts up this place as the Kingdom 2.0 for sure. I think it's like a medieval, like I don't know what you even want to call it, like a tourist attraction type place, you know, like a Renaissance festival place. And yeah, he'll start this up as Kingdom 2.0 with Nebula, and fuck. Shit, so yeah. And develop with him saving Eugene, and that'll be his redemption. But yeah, it strains his relationship with Princess, because, you know, she's friends with Eugene, and they're searching for him, and he just wants to save his sister, you know. I think people are kind of shitty for not understanding, like, okay, I get what you got to do, like, Princess, I get you got to save your sister, you know, but so yeah, I felt bad for Mercer. Anyway, I thought the other characters were a little hard on him. So yeah, this was a really great talk, really well acted. I think Lydia's actress is really strong to be pretty young. I mean, she's probably like my age, but still, I think she's pretty strong in some scenes. And Aaron too, with this dialogue about Eric, and adding some more backstory to them.
There was a moment.
And yeah, it was just a nice moment here as well between them, and she needs that kind of parental figure in her life. So, let's see. Oh, and I really love the real heart of the character interactions here in this episode is Eugene and Daryl. This was great. I was thinking when I was watching this, I was like, this may be one of my favorite scenes, definitely for the season. I don't know about the whole series in total, but it is really good. So it starts off a little silly. I wish Daryl had like cracked a smile at this, you know. I guess he kind of did, but maybe even a little chuckle would have been nice. Yeah, so you get the weakest character, well, you know, used to be anyway, against definitely one of the strongest. just trying to mean mug him, intimidate him. But Daryl being Daryl, yeah, here he is calling him on his bullshit. Like, man, you're not gonna do shit. You know, you're not even leaving. You know, Daryl even was thinking that far ahead and knows him that well. And it's not necessarily, and Daryl tells him it's not necessarily Eugene being a coward anymore. It's just, you're just too smart to go. That's why you're not leaving, you know? You're not a coward, you're just smart. And yeah, I agree. You know, it's a super tough thing to ask anyone to do, to just go, yeah, put their head on a chopping block. So you can't really blame Eugene for not wanting to do that, I don't think.
Ability always have been.
But I can understand how it kind of feeds back into Eugene's thoughts of, okay, I'm just a coward, I'm just a weak pussy getting people killed or relying on other people again. So yeah, just when Eugene's arc seemed to be done, he still has room to develop, and I think fully completes his redemption arc by the end by, I don't think he's going to die, but seeming like he's going to give up his life for Stephanie. And so yeah, that was great, this scene between them. Really enjoyed it. And you know, are people born brave or not? Well, you know, both. Then we got the scene with Princess and Ezekiel. You know, again, nice connection between the two of them. Still being developed, and Eugene Ezekiel sticking to his guns, not leaving. Only thing I'll say here, they play a score over this scene at some points. Some points I wish they would leave the score out, because I feel like it kind of tells you how you're supposed to feel about the scene. You know, without, like, if it's sad, dramatic, you know, you're supposed to feel like a heartfelt moment. Sometimes I wish they cut it out, you know. Just a minor nitpick complaint. But anyway, really weird sexual tension going on between Pamela and Lance. I don't know what the deal is. It reminds me of Homelander and Stillwell, I think was her name, something like that. Yeah, look at her reaching into his fucking pocket. What the fuck, man? So yeah, weird sexual tension between the two of them. I really don't get it. But yeah, I do like how that she uses his own coin on him. That was cool. But yeah, I guess he's just permanently Sebastian's caretaker. Maybe she kept Sebastian alive just for punishment for Lance. I really don't know. But yeah, I think surely his story has more to give than him just feeding Sebastian for all of eternity. I don't know. Okay, and here's a weird scene from the comic wherever Princess brings up her abuse. We got a little bit of it, I think, in the COVID episode, so I don't know if it's being repetitive here or not. It felt weird in the comic, but I don't know if it was better or worse in the show, though. Like, it felt really random. Because, so here it's like, Mercer's going through some shit, you know? And then she's like, okay, yeah, but let me tell you about all my shit from, you know, 20 years ago, right? It's like, it seems kind of unsympathetic. But at the same time, it does connect to what's going on right now with, you know, she doesn't want to stay here because she's not just going to settle because that would make her like her mom. So I get where they're going with it. But again, it still felt a little bit weird even in the show too, you know? But, okay, nice comic adaptation moment there.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's the big meat of the episode everybody's been waiting for. Yeah, the walker can smack the stick out, you know, I guess opened up a gate or something to let them all in, opening up doors. Really stupid thing though. Oh, and this was fucking cool. Yeah, I love the way that they think that it's whispers, you know. I do appreciate that because that is what anybody would think in this situation, you know, who's been through what they've been. Oh, it's whispers again. So yeah, I'm glad that they didn't just totally throw that thought out the door. And the face rip off was awesome. Coming up behind Jerry, yeah, super creepy. I guess it climbed a ladder or something to get up there.
The walker.
Yeah, and I love Aaron's face, like, what the fuck, you know, that was crazy. Yeah, his reaction was great, and but okay, so a huge part of the problem with this scene, maybe I fucking missed something, right, but how the fuck did they just clear them all out from the rooftop whenever they were talking about, like, jumping off the roof and jumping over them or something, and then the next scene, it's all completely done. This was a huge problem for the episode for me, with that, yeah, for sure. And then Eugene giving himself up like a boss. It makes me really worried for Rosita, the way they had this last moment, because I really don't think it was for Eugene. And, yeah, towards the end, seeing Rosita get captured makes me think that, yeah, something could happen to her. Because she had a moment with Father Gabriel in the last one, too, right? So, or maybe Father Gabriel does something to save her. I don't know, but I'm worried about Rosita right now. Absolutely. So that was the episode, Walking Dead variant. Don't want to go on too long. Hopefully I haven't. Let me know what you think about it, thought about it. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next one.